Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jose, but you can call me Juice, and I hope y'all are having a great motherfucking planty day. So today we are just going to be repotting a few plants, so if that sounds like something you'd be interested in watching, please make sure to stick around. Also, feel free to repot any plants you need to while this video plays. And if you didn't know, I be uploading plant content here every Wednesday and Friday, so if you'd be looking for that, I got you. And maybe you should go ahead and check out my other videos, and if you already have, you should definitely think about clicking that subscribe button down there. Also, don't forget to leave a like or a comment on this video. It would really help my channel out, and I'd also really appreciate it. But anyways, we're just gonna get right into the plants, so let's get started. Alright guys, so the first plant we're going to be repotting today is my euphorbia trigona. I have shown this girly in a couple of past videos, but basically this plant has been through it. So I got this plant at Pistol's Nursery in Portland, Oregon, and when I first got her, she was doing really good actually. She got really tall, as y'all can see, and she was just putting out a bunch of new growth. But after I moved into this apartment, one of my cats ended up knocking her down. So that's what this little battle scar right here is from. After that happened, she was pretty shocked because she didn't grow for me for the longest time. But finally, just a couple weeks ago, I want to say, she is now putting out some new growth for me right here at the tip and also on these little babies around here. But I've really been needing to repot this plant. The mixture that it's in right now is basically like just a bunch of pumice, and as y'all can see, it's like spilling out and really unstable. Like, she be wiggling around in here. So let's just go ahead and start repotting her. I am kind of excited to see what the roots are looking like. Ow, just poked myself. So she should be able to just slide out of here pretty easily. So I don't think I'm gonna disturb the root ball too much because I don't wanna be breaking up any roots or anything. But so far they're looking pretty good. This is her little root ball. So I already have my soil mix right here. And then in this little coffee container, I actually have some pumice just in case we want to make the soil more airy in case we need to, because this is a succulent, so we definitely need that airflow in the soil. And I don't know if I already mentioned this, but I am just going to be repotting her back into the same pot. Anyways, let's go ahead and put some new soil up in here. Let's add a little bit of pumice. I'll mix that up real quick. All right, let's go ahead and place her back in there. Let's go ahead and top fill. All right guys, so she's all repotted. I'll go ahead and show you guys a close-up. So here is what she's looking like, and here's a little glimpse at that new soil mix in there. I think it's definitely looking a lot better because her last soil mix was definitely a little too dry, I think. But yeah, I think she will really appreciate the repot, and we're gonna go ahead and move on to the next plant. All right, so the next plant we're gonna be repotting is my stromanthe triostar, and y'all, she is really cute. So I also got this plant at Pistol's Nursery, and she did used to be a lot fuller, but she has kind of gone through it as well. Not as much as my euphorbia, but I just was having troubling with keeping up on the watering with this for a while, but I think I'm starting to do a lot better these days. She does have some new growth coming in, and it's coming in super nicely. She is in this like cocoa coir based soil, I think. Honestly, it might just be cocoa coir. I'm not entirely sure, but I just feel like she would definitely benefit from a newer and better soil mix. So let's go ahead and get into it. I might reuse some of the cocoa coir just to help keep the soil mix a little more on the moist side. I'm also going to be keeping her in the same pot, but let's go ahead and get her out of the old soil. Look at that. Got some nice looking roots right here. Here's a little bit of a better view at the roots. But anyways, let's go ahead and get her into some new soil now. Let's also go ahead and add some of this old coco coir. Now let's get her back on in here. Now it's time to fill her up. All right, so here she is all repotted. I think that new soil is looking really nice. Let me go ahead and give y'all a close-up on this one as well. So I actually just moved her back to her spot, but this is what she is looking like. She do be having this new growth coming in, and I think it looks super good. Here's another little new leaf coming in right here. This new soil definitely looks a lot better, and I think it's definitely going to be a lot more nutritional for the plant. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next plant. All right, so next up, we're going to be repotting my little baby rhaphidophora tetrasperma. So I actually already have a rhaphidophora tetrasperma that is a lot bigger right behind me. I don't know if y'all are gonna be able to see it, but basically this plant is from the same mother plant, but this was the first plant that I was able to grow from wet stick, and I'm just super proud of how far she has come. Yes, she is still a little small, but she definitely has come a long way, and she did even give me her first fenestration not that long ago. But yeah, I'm just kind of letting her do her own thing. I don't even think I'm gonna tie her up to anything. I might even let her trail, even though I know these plants love to climb, but I've never really seen one trailing before, so I feel like that'd be kind of cool to see. Let's go ahead and take her out of the pot. I am going to be sizing her up just the tiniest bit, so not that much of a size difference, but she's definitely gonna have a little bit more room to grow. I'm excited to see these roots because she's been in this pot for maybe a year now. Honestly, the soil mix she was in wasn't too bad, but I'm still excited to give her a little bit of a refresh. But here's her little baby root system. It looks pretty good. She literally started as that little stump in here. Anyways, let's go ahead and put her in some new soil now. All right, but she's all repotted, and I think she looks really good in this new pot, and I think her soil mix is also looking really well. I'll probably also give you guys a little close-up of this girly, but yeah, I think she's looking really good, and I'm excited for her to grow some more and just to see how big she's gonna get in general. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the last plant of this video. Alright guys, so the last plant we're going to be repotting is my monstera adansonii. So if you've been following this channel for a while, y'all already know that me and this girly have a little bit of a backstory. Basically, I ordered this plant off of Etsy as just a couple cuttings, and since I was new to plants, I rotted all of the cuttings except for one of them. So she is definitely one of my survivor plants, and she actually rotted on me like 3 other times. But despite everything, she is still here, and she is finally starting to thrive for me. The other day, I did take some cuttings from her, so they are very well rooted up in here. And I've been needing to repot them for a while, so today we are finally doing that. And we're also going to be putting her on a moss pole so that she can grow up it and just be one big monstera adansonii tree. I don't know if y'all watch Becca de la Plants, but if you don't, she literally has this giant monstera adansonii tree, and it's like goals. Like, I want that someday. So that's kind of what we're going for today. Obviously, it's just a start, but with some time, I'm sure we will be close to the same outcome. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and stop rambling, and let's go ahead and start with making the moss pool. Alright guys, and now that our moss pole is all complete, we can go ahead and start repotting her. So we are going to be potting her in this terracotta pot. It is nice and wide, so she's gonna have plenty of space to grow, and there's also going to be plenty of space for the moss pole to stand in the center. We do need to take this plant out of the soil that it is already in, but I'm probably just gonna be reusing the soil anyways, so I'm gonna just go ahead and do that above the pot that we're about to put her in. So let's see what's going on in here. Oh my god, y'all, she is really well rooted. Oh my god. Y'all, look at all of those roots. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna put her back in the pot real quick. Sorry, my mind is just like everywhere right now. But I think we actually need to add the moss pole first. I'm gonna put a little bit of a soil base at the bottom. All right. Time for more soil. All right, so now that the moss pole is in, we can start adding the rest of the plant. Here's a little better view of those roots. But now she should be able to fit in here. We're also gonna go ahead and add the cuttings now. All right, now that I got everything laid out kind of where it's going to be, let's go ahead and add in the rest of the soil. All right, so I've got everything repotted, and now I just need to tie the parts that can be tied to the moss pole up. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. But this is what she ended up looking like. I just realized I unfortunately don't have any more black zip ties, so y'all are gonna be able to see where the zip ties are, but honestly, that's not the biggest deal, you know, as long as the moss pole still works as a moss pole. So she's looking a little crazy right now, but she will definitely look a lot better once the leaves adjust to the sunlight. I'm just super excited for the future of this plant, and I hope she's able to grow up the moss pole nicely. Here are all the other propagations I have potted around the perimeter. So hopefully they all root up well and start giving me some new growth as well. But anyways, now we're going to water some of the plants we just repotted, and then that will be the end of the video. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like or a comment. Also let me know if you were able to do any repotting yourself, and if so, which plants they were. But yeah, I'm happy I was able to get some much needed repotting done. If you didn't know, I'd be uploading plant content here every Wednesday and Friday, so if you'd be looking for that, I got you. And you should definitely check out my other videos, and if you already have, you should definitely think about clicking the subscribe button down there. I also have a planty TikTok, so if that's something you want to check out, I'll leave the username down in the description. I hope you guys have a great Friday, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye.